Sometimes life takes us down roads we never planned to walk. A sudden loss, a broken dream, or moments where everything seems to fall apart. But Buddhism teaches that nothing is without meaning. Every challenge carries a hidden lesson. Every loss shapes us into someone wiser. Imagine your life as a vast tapestry. Up close it looks like a mess of tangled threads. But step back, and you see how every knot, every dark patch adds to the beauty of the whole design. In this video, let's explore how to trust life's unfolding, accept what comes, and find strength in what once felt like failure. Stay with me till the end, because the truth waiting for you might change how you see everything you're facing right now. The hidden purpose of suffering pain is a language that unites all living beings. None of us walk through life untouched by loss, failure, or disappointment. But what truly defines us is not the pain itself. It is the meaning we give to it. In Buddhist philosophy, suffering isn't some cosmic punishment or cruel twist of fate. Instead, it is a hidden teacher that arrives in silent robes, carrying lessons we may not see at first. When pain enters our life, our first instinct is to reject it. We long for problems to vanish, for life to return to how it was, for comfort to wash away discomfort. But what if pain isn't here to break us down? What if its true purpose is to awaken us, to shape us into something stronger and more aware? Some of life's most profound teachings only reveal themselves through suffering. Just as gold is refined by fire, our challenges strip away what is false within us, uncovering the essence of who we are. The Buddha reminded us that while suffering is part of life, clinging to it is optional. When we fight our pain, we feed it. When we cling to it, we extend its life. But when we observe it calmly, we find that every hardship carries a seed of wisdom waiting to bloom. There is an old Buddhist story that reflects this truth. One day, a disciple came to his master, burdened by the bitterness of his life. Everything felt unfair, as if the world was set against him. The master listened patiently and asked him to fetch a handful of salt. He told the disciple to dissolve it into a glass of water and drink. The disciple sipped and grimaced at the bitterness. Then the master led him to a lake and told him to throw the same salt into the water. He asked him to drink again. This time the disciple smiled and said the water tasted fresh and pure. The master looked at him and said, "Suffering is like this salt. Its bitterness never changes, but when you place it in a larger container, its taste fades away. If you want your pain to be less bitter, expand your perspective." This story reveals a powerful truth. When we confine our life to the narrowness of our pain, bitterness floods every part of us. But when we widen our view, seeing each struggle as part of something greater, pain no longer consumes us. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" we begin to ask, "What is this here to teach me?" Often, what appears to be life's harshest tragedy becomes its greatest blessing. Losing a job might guide us to a career aligned with our soul's purpose. The end of a relationship might awaken us to the beauty of self-love. A personal crisis might open our eyes to a new way of living, richer in meaning and truth. Buddhism invites us to embrace suffering not as something to chase, but as an opportunity to grow. Pain teaches us patience, resilience, and compassion. It shows us the parts of ourselves still waiting to be healed, and offers us the chance to transform them into wisdom and peace. If you wish to live this teaching, the next time pain arrives at your door, pause. Instead of resisting it, ask yourself, "What can I learn from this? How can I grow through this experience? What hidden truth is this pain revealing about my life or my heart?" Suffering is inevitable, but it does not have to define you. When you welcome its lessons, it no longer stands as an enemy. It becomes a quiet guide, showing you the path back to your true self. In the end, every challenge, every sorrow, and every unplanned detour is simply another step along the timeless journey of awakening. No chaos, no transformation. Comfort is a silent seduction. We crave it, seek it, and often build our lives around maintaining it. When everything flows smoothly, when each day feels predictable, we settle into its softness. But Buddhism reminds us of a timeless truth. Without chaos, there can be no true transformation. It is often life's earthquakes that awaken us from our spiritual sleep, moments that shake us to the core. Crises, heartbreak, sudden change force us out of the familiar. They push us to question who we are, what we believe, and where we are headed. Without these disruptions, we remain rooted in old patterns, avoiding risks, clinging to safety over growth. Imagine a seed resting on the surface of the soil. Bathed in sunlight and caressed by gentle winds, it will remain a seed forever. For it to awaken, it must be pushed into darkness, buried in the cold earth. Only then does it break open, its fragile sprout reaching upwards toward the warmth of the sun. Its struggle is its birth. Without that darkness and resistance, it would never become a tree. There is a Buddhist story that captures this perfectly. A disciple once asked his master why life was filled with so many hardships. The master took him deep into the forest and pointed to a butterfly fighting to free itself from its cocoon. The disciple, moved by compassion, gently tore the cocoon open to help, but the butterfly emerged with weak wings, unable to fly. The master said softly, "Do you see?" Its struggle was what gave it strength. Without that effort, its wings remained too weak for flight. In the same way, your challenges build your inner wings. Without resistance, you will never rise. Life uses chaos to shape us. Every struggle demands new skills, deeper wisdom, and greater resilience. Without moments of upheaval, we would remain trapped in comfort, never knowing the strength that lies sleeping within us. Buddhism teaches us to see chaos not as a punishment, but as an invitation to evolve. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" think back on your own journey. Most of your greatest growth did not happen in quiet times. It was loss that taught you gratitude, failure that taught you perseverance, unexpected change that led you down roads your heart needed to walk. Accepting chaos does not mean enjoying suffering. It means understanding that turbulence is part of life's sacred design. When we stop resisting and start flowing with its current, we discover an inner power we never imagined. Life is not about avoiding hardship. It is about learning to transform each challenge into wisdom and strength. Every crisis carries within it an unseen blessing. If we trust the process, we will always find that after the storm, a new version of ourselves emerges, braver, wiser, and freer than before. The secret flow of life. There are times when life feels chaotic, as if everything is slipping beyond our control. Unexpected obstacles appear, plans crumble, and we begin to wonder if we've lost our way. But Buddhism teaches us a deeper truth. Nothing in this universe is without order. Beneath all appearances, there exists a secret flow guiding everything, a natural wisdom that knows exactly what must unfold. This unseen harmony is what Buddhists call Dharma, not merely as a spiritual law, but as the quiet intelligence shaping all life. It is the rhythm that turns night into day, winter into spring, and seeds into forests. Even when we can't see it, Dharma is at work, ensuring that each moment arrives with purpose. Look at nature's calm surrender. Rivers never resist their course. They bend and weave through the land with quiet trust. Trees don't rush to grow taller. Flowers don't force their petals to bloom before dawn. Yet as humans, we struggle to surrender to this flow. We want life to mold itself around our desires, and when it refuses, we suffer. There is an old Buddhist story that reflects this wisdom. A man was caught in a violent storm at sea. Terrified, he fought the crashing waves with all his strength, but the more he struggled, the deeper he sank. Exhausted and out of breath, he finally stopped fighting. As he surrendered, he began to float, and the ocean's current gently carried him back to the shore. This is how Dharma moves through our lives. It does not ask us to be passive or resigned. Rather, it teaches us to act with awareness, without force, and with deep trust in life's unfolding. Often, suffering arises when we stray from our true purpose. Life sends us signs to guide us back. When we ignore them, obstacles appear to redirect us. If something leaves our life, it is because its purpose has been fulfilled. If we face a challenge, it is because we are being prepared for what lies ahead. And if something is delayed, it is because life knows the time isn't right. We cannot force a flower to bloom before its season, nor can we rush the sunrise. In the same way, our growth follows its own sacred rhythm. We often crave quick fixes, to escape pain instantly, to change overnight, to reach goals with no waiting. But Dharma teaches patience. Trusting in this secret flow frees us from anxiety and fear. When we understand that everything happens for a reason, suffering no longer feels like punishment. Instead, each difficulty becomes a doorway to deeper wisdom. If life blocks a path rather than fight it, we can ask ourselves, what is this guiding me toward? What is life trying to teach me now? Most of Dharma's teachings only reveal themselves with time. What appears as a painful ending today may later shine as the very blessing our soul needed. Trusting life's flow does not mean giving up. It means moving with faith and purpose, knowing that every person we meet, every joy we feel, every loss we endure, and every choice we make is part of a vast, perfect balance. Each of us walks a unique path. Comparing ourselves to others only clouds our vision. When we listen to the quiet whispers within, follow our intuition, and open our hearts to change, we begin to live in harmony with Dharma's secret flow. We realize we are not here by accident. Life is not happening to us. It is unfolding through us at exactly the pace it was always meant to, surrendering to life's current. From the time we are children, we are taught that life is something to conquer. If we work hard enough, plan carefully enough, and make all the right choices, everything will unfold according to our desires. Yet sooner or later, life humbles us with its own truth. Despite our best plans, some things slip beyond our grasp. A relationship we thought would last ends without warning. A job we believed was secure is taken away. Dreams that felt certain dissolve into confusion. And in those moments, we are left asking ourselves, what did I do wrong? Why, after doing everything right, did life still fall apart? Buddhism offers a powerful reminder here. Control is only an illusion. Nothing in this life is fixed or guaranteed. We cling to the idea of certainty, believing it will keep us safe. But life flows according to its own secret rhythm, untouched by our demands. Our minds crave guarantees. They long for solid ground beneath every step, for reassurance about tomorrow. But when life refuses to offer those guarantees, we become anxious, restless, and afraid. There is a Buddhist story that captures this truth. A great king once asked his advisors why life was so unpredictable. The first said it was ruled by luck. The second claimed it was shaped by past choices. But the third advisor remained silent. He led the king to a river and asked him to stop its flow with his bare hands. The king tried, but no matter how he pressed against the water, it slipped through his fingers and continued on its way. The advisor said softly, "Life is like this river. You may try to hold it back, but it will always find its way forward. Your power lies not in stopping it, but in learning to move with its current." So much of our suffering arises from clinging to how we believe things should be. We tell ourselves we will only be happy if life stays exactly as we want it, if nothing changes, if every plan unfolds perfectly. But life has never worked that way, and the tighter we grip our illusions of control, the harder it becomes to flow with what is happening. Letting go of control does not mean surrendering to passivity. It means recognizing that while we have the power to act, we do not have the power to dictate life's every outcome. We give our best effort, but we release our grip on how things must unfold. Buddhism speaks of a practice called wu-wei, often translated as effortless action or non-doing. This does not mean inaction. It means moving in harmony with life's flow, navigating with its currents, rather than thrashing against them. It is about adapting with grace, not resisting what is inevitable. When we begin to trust that life will guide us where we are meant to go, anxiety loosens its grip. We stop living in tomorrow's shadows and awaken to today's light. Uncertainty remains, but we no longer see it as a threat. We see it as an essential part of life's dance. One powerful practice is to reflect on your past. Think of times when life didn't go as you planned, yet something better emerged. A relationship that ended may have revealed your own strength. A job lost may have guided you to your true calling. A failure may have uncovered gifts you didn't know you held within. When we let go of the illusion of control, fear loses its power. We realize that life is not a puzzle to be solved, but a river to be lived. It will not always be easy, but when we stop fighting its current, we find a calm clarity we never imagined possible. In the end, peace is not found by controlling every detail of life, but by surrendering to its sacred flow, trusting that wherever it leads, we will find the wisdom, strength, and grace to walk each step, finding calm in uncertainty. From childhood, we are taught that life is ours to control. We're told that if we work hard, make the right choices, and plan carefully, everything will unfold as we wish. But life, in its quiet wisdom, always reveals a deeper truth. No matter how detailed our plans, some things slip away. A relationship we trusted ends unexpectedly. A job we thought was secure is lost overnight. Dreams that felt so certain suddenly collapse without explanation. And in these moments we are left wondering, what did I do wrong? Why did everything fall apart when I tried so hard to make it right? Buddhism offers a profound insight here. Control is an illusion. Nothing in life is ever truly fixed. While we believe that creating stability will keep us safe, life continues to move to its own mysterious rhythm, untouched by our demands. Our minds long for certainty. They crave clear outcomes and solid ground. When life fails to deliver these guarantees, fear and anxiety take root. There is a Buddhist story that captures this truth beautifully. A wise king once asked his advisors why life was so unpredictable. One advisor said it was luck. Another said it was a result of past choices. But the third advisor said nothing. Instead, he took the king to a flowing river and asked him to stop its water with his hands. The king tried, pressing and scooping, but no matter what he did, the water continued its journey. The advisor then spoke softly, "Life is like this river. You may try to stop it, but it will always find its way forward. Your power lies not in controlling its flow, but in learning how to move with it." So much of our suffering comes from clinging to how we believe life should be. We tell ourselves we will only be happy if nothing changes, if each day remains predictable, if every dream manifests exactly as planned. But life has never worked this way. The tighter we hold on to control, the more painful the flow becomes. Letting go does not mean giving up. It does not mean drifting without direction. It means understanding that while we can act with purpose, We cannot dictate every outcome. We do our best, and then we release our grip on how life must unfold. Buddhism speaks of wu-wei, effortless action or non-doing. It is not laziness or passivity. It is acting with grace and alignment, navigating life's currents rather than fighting against them. It is the art of flowing with what comes, meeting each moment with openness instead of resistance. When we begin to trust that life will carry us where we are meant to go, anxiety loses its hold. We stop living in the shadow of tomorrow's unknowns and awaken to the fullness of today. Uncertainty remains, but it becomes a companion rather than an enemy. We begin to see it as an essential part of our journey. A simple practice is to reflect on your past. Remember times when life didn't go as planned, yet something beautiful emerged from that unexpected shift. A heartbreak that led to deeper self-love. A lost job that opened the path to a more meaningful calling. A failure that awakens strengths you never knew you carried. When we release the illusion of control, fear fades. We stop trying to manipulate each detail of life and trust instead in our ability to meet whatever comes with wisdom and courage. Life will not always be easy, but within its changes we can find peace. Life is not something to be controlled. It is something to be lived. When we let go of our resistance and open to life's natural flow, we discover a quiet calmness within. We realize that true peace does not come from certainty, but from learning to stand calmly in its absence. Life is always changing. In one moment everything feels secure, and in the next everything shifts. Buddhism reminds us peace does not come from trying to freeze life in place, but from learning to dance with its changing rhythms. We cannot stop the waves of change, but we can decide how we move along with them, either with fear or with the grace of trust, accepting the unknown. Picture yourself sitting in a small boat, floating on the endless ocean. If you try to fight the waves, pushing against their power, you'll soon wear yourself out. But if you learn to ride them with ease, moving with their flow instead of resisting, you'll see that even the strongest storms can be passed through with calm. Uncertainty is just like the ocean. Its waves and currents are beyond our control, but we can learn to sail with them instead of drowning in struggle. There is a Buddhist tale of an old monk who lived alone on top of a mountain. One day, a scared villager climbed up to warn him. "A terrible storm is coming. You must leave before it's too late." The monk looked at the darkening sky and answered softly, "If the storm comes, I will welcome it." Puzzled, the villager begged, "But you might die." The monk smiled softly and said, "If I die, I will accept death. If I live, I will accept life. Whatever comes my way, I will face it with acceptance." This doesn't mean we should live carelessly or ignore wisdom and preparation. It simply means we release the fear of what we cannot control. Fear of the unknown often comes from doubt, from not trusting ourselves to handle what lies ahead. But think back on your life. You have made it through every uncertain day, every sudden loss, every painful change. You have guided yourself through each dark time until you found light once more. This shows that you already have the strength to face whatever the future holds. Many times, the moments that disturb our plans are the ones that open doors to new possibilities. Losing a job might lead you to work that feels more meaningful. The end of a relationship might teach you the importance of self-love. An unexpected challenge may reveal inner strengths you never knew you had. When life closes a door, it could be clearing the way for something even better to come in. In times of uncertainty, ask yourself, how often has something I once feared turned out to be a hidden blessing? Do I really need to have all the answers right now? Am I missing the beauty of this moment by worrying about a future that isn't here yet? Life is always moving forward. Resisting that flow only brings pain. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up on your dreams or goals. It means having faith that whatever happens, you will find your way through it. Peace isn't found in knowing every answer. It comes from learning to live with the questions, trusting that tomorrow will unfold as it should, and that within you lies the wisdom to handle whatever comes. Nothing in this life is ever completely certain, but when we let go of our fear of the unknown, we enter a quiet freedom. We stop holding on tightly to what might happen and start truly living in the present. Buddhism teaches that enlightenment is not some distant peak to be reached. It's not something we have to search for outside of ourselves. It is a truth already within us, waiting to be revealed through the experiences of everyday life. Every challenge, every loss, every unexpected turn is a call to wake up, to see things as they truly are, without fear and without resistance. Think about the times when you grew the most. They were hardly ever the easy days. They were the moments that pushed you, humbled you, and helped you uncover deeper parts of yourself. This is the real path to awakening. It's not a sudden flash of understanding, but a quiet, steady journey of learning, unlearning, and remembering who you truly are. When you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What can I learn from this?" your life begins to change. You shift from feeling like a victim of life to becoming a student of it. Every challenge becomes a lesson. Every setback becomes a chance to rise again. So if life feels heavy right now, if you're walking an uncertain path, trust that this too is part of your sacred journey. Nothing is ever wasted. Nothing is without meaning. Every moment is shaping you into the person you are meant to be, with deeper wisdom, greater kindness, and a steady peace within. Conclusion. Life is a journey full of changes, challenges, and moments we may not always understand. But each experience, whether joyful or painful, holds a hidden lesson guiding us toward greater wisdom and awakening. Today we reflected on how suffering can be a teacher, how chaos can lead to transformation, and how releasing control can bring real peace. Remember, you are not here by chance. Every moment in your life is shaping you into the person you are becoming. If these teachings spoke to your heart, and you wish to continue exploring Buddhist wisdom to live with more peace, clarity, and courage, subscribe to our channel and be part of this growing community of seekers. Share your thoughts in the comments. Which lesson from today's video touched you the most? And if you found value here, like this video so it can reach others who might need these gentle reminders today. May you move through each day with calm in your heart, trust in life's flow, and the quiet knowing that you are exactly where you're meant to be right now. Until we meet again, stay mindful, stay kind, and keep awakening.